Hello and welcome everyone to the Gold and Silver Club, presenting the Commodities Corner today on Binary.com, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. The live session today will, of course, be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We'll look at our top trades of the week. We just had a lovely gold trade, actually, from non-farm payroll. We'll also look at live technical analysis here as well. We'll be identifying highly profitable trade setups, as well as answering any questions you may have today too. So before we get started, just go over a little bit of background of myself and Nick at the Gold and Silver Club. I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio, also responsible for the research and the development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, Nik spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks, and through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we've appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so that's just a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. We'll take a look at the gold price right now. We're currently trading at $1,163 an ounce. So we've had a nice little breakout today from non-farm payroll, which I'll talk you through very shortly. First of all, just taking a look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. They have been as follows. First of all, we had a lovely sell short opportunity after the FOMC going back to last week, which we held this sell short opportunity through to this week, which is delivered really well. It was a sell for an entry of $1,242 an ounce, which has come down and delivered beautifully. Also, this week, an opportunity to continue the sell-off here with oil. So we had Brent crude oil, a full trade for the price to be lower, selling at an entry of $83.90. Lovely little breakdown in price for Brent this week, all the way down to the 82 zone. And gold this week, we had some lovely sell shorts earlier on this week. We came down to lows here of around 11.37 even this morning. This was on a break of 11.60, key support midweek, which just delivered again for a full trade for the price to be lower. So very straightforward trade opportunities. I'll talk you through these very shortly. We use the rise and fall type of bet here and trade on binary.com. So if you select rises, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. And if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. Okay, so those are two types of trades we'll be looking at. What I'll do, I shall share my screens with you now. We can take a look at some of the trading opportunities which are starting to develop here. It's been a very interesting afternoon. So I'll talk you through that on the charts. We'll take a look at gold. We'll take a look at silver. Take a look at all the metals and the energies and also agricultural markets as well. So let me just switch screens and we can get you onto my technicals. Okay, perfect. Now, if there are any questions, do feel free to post those into the chat as well. Okay, good. Right, let's start off with gold, the main market in focus at the moment. So the non-farm payroll numbers, they did come in below expectations, and we have then seen a breakout in gold, and we've seen a sell-off in the US dollar index. So let me talk you through this. So earlier on today, this is actually a key profit target we were looking at, which we just hit here at the 1160 level. Very simply, a rise trade here for the price to be higher. Let me just show you this in the tighter time frames. We essentially had a nice little breakout here above a consolidation zone on gold. So we were looking for a breakout just above this 1150 zone. We've had a nice breakout. We've come all the way up to the high here of 1167.32, and we're getting some good momentum here. Actually, if you go out to the larger time frames here, you've got a nice little hammer which has developed on the higher time frames, which could lead into higher prices on gold as we go into next week here. So certainly gold is one to look at here. Currently trading at $1,163 an ounce. Now, we've just come out and taken some profits on gold here from non-farm payroll. So I will continue just to look at other opportunities. I think we may still have more in this trade, potentially coming up to these highs here around the 1170 mark. But we've already moved. We've had a decent move here so far. So let's just have a look at some of the other setups we've got developing. We've got platinum at the moment also getting a nice little boost. Let me just show you the US dollar index. So US dollar index has sold off today on weaker than expected NFP numbers. We've seen a little retracement back down to a little bit of support. Nothing too major here, but this retracement on the US dollar index has given rise to a nice little breakout on the metals. We look at silver here as well. Very similar situation with silver. Silver's actually come up and tested previous key support, which may now become a key resistance. But on the weekly, again, it's looking quite strong as we go into next week here. So, again, nice little breakout that we've had on silver. Platinum, we're getting a bit of a bullish move. Platinum actually might be okay. We're getting a bit of a delayed reaction here. Might be good to take a long here on platinum. We've had a nice little breakout as well to the upside on copper here, which looks like it wants to get back up to the upper end of its resistance channel. Natural gas, let's just move over to the oils here as well. Yeah, still, actually, I tell you what, that's looking quite good for a breakout now. Light sweet crude oil is knocking right at this resistance. We've got a nice little channel which is forming at the moment, getting a breaking out above yesterday's high. In fact, I do like that. I'm quite happy to take that on light sweet crude oil. So let me just talk you through this trade. So it's starting to get a little bit of a late afternoon rally here for the London market. Okay, so I'm just going to go across to here sectors. I'll see if I can trade it on the crude sector. If not, I'll trade it through Brent. Yep, that's closed at the moment. So what I'll do, I'll just go over to the commodities. We'll go over to the energies. We'll go to oil. Okay, beautiful. Okay, good. So I can go up to, let's just see how far I can go ahead here this afternoon. Okay, perfect. You can get 3 hours. That takes us out. Yeah, that's excellent. 7 o'clock UK time. Okay, good. So we are seeing a late afternoon rally on the oils, on both Brent and WTI. I like this, especially as we're getting some momentum in gold, silver, and the other metals across the whole commodities complex right now. So I'll get into this trade now. So essentially, I'm looking for the trade to be higher over the next 3 hours here on oil. The return here is 90% payout, so $1,574, the deposit for a $3,000 payout. So I'm going to take that trade on oil. Beautiful, that's been done. Okay, good. So you can see this little breakout that we're getting on oil. I'm just looking now for continuation this into the Friday close here as well. Just going to move across to wheat, actually still continuing to break down. And normally we do see weakness in both corn and wheat on the Friday close. I do like this, actually. You can see quite clearly wheat is going to break the neckline of this V-shaped reversal pattern very shortly. So I'm looking for, I suspect we get a Friday close and a sell-off. We may not be able to trade this. I'll see whether the market is still open to trade it. Otherwise, I'll look for opportunities next week on Monday to get in off this breakdown in price. So looking for a breakdown of 510. Okay, so let's go over to the sectors, see if it's still open. No, closed at the moment. We can certainly take that next week. I believe we'll get some nice additional entry prices there as well. Okay, good. So a question from Joachim. So Joachim, your question there, so just regarding oil being at a different price there. So we've got, that's a good question. So we'll have a look at that. So we can see here, just going back to the oil trade, if we come here and we go to oil, We go to the energies. We can see here the spot price of oil at the moment. Let's see if we can get that. 83.56, okay? So this is representative. Let's get back to it on the chart. This is representative of WTI crude oil. So you can see actually WTI crude oil. So if you remember, we couldn't take it on the sectors, the energies index here. So the oil, we've taken it on here. 83.59 is representative of, let's just double check this again. Okay, good. So WTI crude oil is the market which can be traded under sectors. When you go to energy sectors and you go to the crude market, you are getting exposure to WTI. When you trade it under the commodity as energy, where we've got the prices 83.56, this is giving you exposure to Brent crude oil. We can see here at the moment, very similar situation with Brent as well. We've got a little hammer candle with the previous candle, nice little breakout to the upside here. We're getting some good momentum to the upside as well. If I put it on the tighter time frames, you'll see we're currently forming a nice little hammer here. And I'm just looking for a nudge and a slight breakout to the upside here. Essentially, I'd like to see, we've already broken above the previous candle here. I'd like to see just a rally up to circa around the 84.50 level. Now, remember, Joachim and everybody else, this trade only needs to close 1 pip higher for us to win the entire trade. We're seeing a rally at the moment on gold, on silver, the other commodities as well. US dollar index selling off. It's following through into the energies as well, into Brent and WTI. So good question, and that's the answer there. And let's move on. We'll have a look also. So wheat looking good for a sell. Potentially corn at the moment. Corn still being supported a little bit around this trend line. So we'll hold off on corn. Corn looks good actually for a swing trade, a long trade as we go into next week at the moment. So for now, hold off on corn. But wheat, I think, looks good for potentially a little bit more downside here at the moment. So we'll just put those to the side. Also take a look at the coffee market. Coffee is starting to break down a little bit similar to wheat here as well. We've got a key level of support below 175 to break, and also this key 180 level as well. So we'll leave coffee for now until next week. Now palladium actually is looking very interesting. Right, palladium getting a nice little rally here. So what you want to do is some of the metals have already had quite a big breakout. So gold, for example, has already had a decent move. But palladium here, you can see we've got quite a lot of upside to go here. So particularly around these prices. What I absolutely love about being able to trade palladium and platinum now on binary.com is that these markets are on most platforms have really big spreads to them, and you require quite a large positions on these trades. Usually on palladium, on platinum, you need to be able to account for the volatility. Some of these palladium, platinum can move up to 300, 400, 500 points in one day. So unless you're an advanced trader, it's quite a lot of risk for you to take on your account. However, being able to trade them on binary.com, I tell you what, it's absolutely fantastic to now be able to trade platinum and palladium. There's such good day trade and also swing trade markets, and being able to get nowhere near the sort of spreads that you would require on most platforms is fantastic. So I would, if you've not had a look already, seriously, having platinum and palladium to trade on binary.com is absolutely fantastic. So I'm actually going to take this trade. I'll just show you how to do it. So if you go to start trading, go to commodities here, and if you just drop down to the metals, and hopefully these will still be open at the moment. They should be. And let's have a look. We can go out to yeah, need to just adjust that, the payout on these. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is essentially a swing trade position here on palladium. So we can see here we're actually building a nice little base. If I go out to the higher time frames, we're continuing to be supported by some major trend channels here. So I do like palladium actually for a swing trade here anyway. You can see we've had a nice little pullback. We've had a decent breakout today, and I'm looking for further upside. Essentially, as we go into, by the time we get to next Friday's Commodities Corner webinar, I'm looking for prices to be back around similar to, or at least having tested the 800 level. So I'm quite happy for that. I'll go in for, actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for a trade to close next Friday. We can review it next week as well. So I'm looking for an 83% payout. $546 is a deposit for a $1,000 payout on palladium. So I'm quite happy to take that for a swing trade over 7 days. So I'll take that now. Beautiful. Okay, that's been done for palladium. Okay, so looking at the oils, that's fine. We're taking a trade there. Natural gas Wow, what an interesting market this week natural gas has been. If you recall that last Friday, natural gas had just come up to the lower end of this previous trend channel and had found new resistance at that level. We've formed this nice rejection candle off that level. Then on the Sunday open, it's not a position we entered yet. We were waiting for confirmation. On the Sunday open, we gapped up hugely, 150-point gap on the Sunday open. Again, why binary.com, having trades on binary can be a lot safer sometimes than if you're trading on, for example, a more sophisticated trading platform where you may get gapped and get stopped out automatically of the market. So binary.com, very useful for that sort of trade. You can see here that we gapped on the open and we just continued to rally. Huge move just yesterday as well. You can see the daily candle here, over 350 points. So big rally here. Seasonality-wise, you can actually see on the higher time frames, really large breakout. But seasonality-wise, you do tend to see natural gas demand pick up when it's the winter in the northern hemisphere. So we're seeing that at the moment. I'm seeing continuation really as we go into next week. Very strong candle here that we've had so far on the higher time frame. So we'll look for more potential entries long as we go into next week. And as I mentioned there, Brent and crude looking good. I tell you what, gold is still breaking out. So let's have a look. I think there might be an entry here. 1165, 1166. So I really like gold here. I don't think the momentum's going to stop, I think this will continue. Now, check out, if you have a look at the weekly time frame here as well, you can see this really nice capitulation. So this is quite telling here. So we've got this big weekly rejection candle which is formed, and you can see the momentum really picking up. I do think this is going to be a good day trade, to pick up off this momentum. I think we're heading for 1170 or 1175. Okay, let's take this. I'm going to go for gold. Yeah, I just saw that out of the corner of my eye on my other screen here. Look at that. It's really going for it. It's unusual to see the momentum carry through like this, but when it does, it's almost like an FOMC move. You can see 1167. Are we going to clear 1168 in a second? I'll go for $3,000 payout on that. Start time 25. Let's have a look how far we can go out. Okay, happy with that. I want the price to close above 1167.40 over the next 4 hours. We're getting a nice late in the day rally here. The fundamentals are supporting this from the non-farm payroll because we had weaker than expected figures come out of the US, which has caused pressure on the US dollar index, getting a nice breakout on gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper. So I'm happy to take this trade at the moment. 88% payout, $1,592 deposit for a $3,000 payout. So I'm going to take that right now. Beautiful, and that's been done. So I'm looking to take advantage. You can see the symmetrical pattern. It's like a U-shaped reversal pattern that we're getting here at the moment. So essentially, when you get these patterns, you're looking for the neckline to get broken. So we've got this, if I just show you here, here's your U. Okay, so this sort of U shape here, if I just remove the top of this, okay, so you can see how the U-shape here has developed, okay, really nicely on gold here. And we're seeing a nice little breakout. And what you've got now at the top here is a neckline. So this is where essentially you're looking for the market to break through next. You'll get a neckline like this, and this is where the breakout points will occur. So you're 1170, get a breakout to potentially 1175, and then 1180 and so forth. And this is quite telling. So that's what I like at the moment based on this gold trade. It looks like a U-shaped reversal pattern here just on the tighter time frames, looking quite nice. So yeah, I do favour that for a breakout at the moment. Very nice symmetrical pattern as well here. You can see that the way it's broken out, the way it's sold off and then subsequently retraced is nice. Looking for a break above 1170 and 1180 next as we go into next week. I'm very curious to see how strong we'll finish into the close today. Let's have a look at silver. Silver's really a similar situation, isn't it? Very similar pattern we're developing here on silver as well. Now, what you want to watch out for is previous support is becoming a bit of resistance here, very common on the market. So you can see here, this was the level of support around the 1577 level. Now the market has come up to that level and it's testing it. It's either going to continue to sell off into next week and just find resistance, or it's going to have a good breakout here. So a breakout above 1577, you can take that for a buy. I'll hold off on that for the time being. It's not confirmed yet. I prefer the gold setup for the time being. Platinum. Let's have a look at platinum. I think platinum's got quite a lot of scope to it as we go into next week as well here. almost a double bottom around a very clear zone at 1180. Don't want to get too overexposed on the metals because we've gone long palladium. So I'll just keep it in mind that platinum at the moment is getting a nice little rally. If it can get above the previous candle high here, if it can get above 1191.53, could have a nice little breakout to the upside on platinum. So I would keep an eye on that. I've had a good breakdown over the last week. Copper, yeah, looks fairly bullish at the moment. US dollar index is just starting to sell off a little bit more. The more that sells off, the more gold and silver will go up. God, natural gas is breaking out again. Incredible. Okay, well, there's a breakout trade for you right here. I mean, that's literally breaking above yesterday's high here. Looks like we're going to get a really good breakout trade here again. I don't know whether the natural gas will be tradable right now. Let's have a look. It's unusual to see so much activity this late in the afternoon, but on a non-farm payroll day, that's when it can happen. So we'll take a look at natural gas. Yeah, it's closed at the moment, unfortunately, but you can see we're getting a nice move to the upside on natural gas at the moment. Let me just double check that. There is some potential, actually, to trade this based on a move on Monday, but I'll hold off it for now. But it's worth keeping an eye on this as we go into next week. If you can see here, such a strong move. We're right at the weekly highs as well. The daily, we've cleared above yesterday's daily high. This will follow through nicely for the energies as well. So we've got oils looking good, but this is really ramping up here. We've just got above yesterday's high. Really strong rejection candle on the daily. And it's incredible because you've seen natural gas break down today a little bit, start to set off, and suddenly the buying has kicked in here. So yeah, some incredible moves we're getting in natural gas. So let me just show you that. In terms of the weekly volatility, how many points natural gas has moved? Yeah, 500 points in a week, which is double its normal weekly volatility. So very interesting indeed. Okay, let's just do a quick summary then. So gold, I like gold for a long at the moment. Silver, looking for a break above 1577. Platinum, if we can break above yesterday's candle, it looks good for a buy. Copper, waiting for a better setup next week. US dollar index, using that as confluence. We're getting a nice little breakout in natural gas. Would wait until Monday to get the next trade. Nice little move on the oils here for a breakout for a buy. I like there you go. Palladium's actually moving quite nicely now late in the day. So I'm looking for a swing trade to be in this through to next week. Coffee market is closed. Wheat and corn closed at the moment, but there'll be more opportunities on those next week. Okay, fantastic. So, guys, with that, what I'll talk you through next, just briefly, I know I had a few questions on this earlier about how you can find out more about learning how to trade the commodities with the Gold and Silver Club, get access to our charting, our advanced charting as well, and access to our live trading room. So let me just talk you through that, how you can actually find out more information, okay? So that's what we're looking at in terms of the technicals as we go into the UK close here really this afternoon, and the US obviously will remain open this afternoon. We're expecting more volatility, but to find out more about the live trading room program and how to trade non-farm payroll, FOMC announcements, and join our regular trading rooms which occur during the week, very simply, you can request more information at the Gold and Silver Club live trading room program and get daily trade calls. Just go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com or contact us at our London or New York, Sydney, Johannesburg or Budapest offices, whichever one is closest to you. And of course, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You will receive free weekly reports on the precious metals, energies, agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices. So just hop along to our website to subscribe to our newsletter. Okay, so plenty to be looking at this afternoon. The markets are still very, very active. So lots of trade opportunities. I wish you all luck with your trades. We'll definitely catch you back here same time next week, guys. So have a great weekend, good trading, and we'll see you on the next one. And thanks, of course, to Sharice, Binary.com, and the team for putting on today's webinar. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.